Okay, so now that I have all the sausage chopped up, I'm going to go ahead and get these placed into the crock pot with a little bit of Baby Ray's barbecue sauce and the liquid smoke. Okay, so I'm going to just add a little bit of this liquid smoke. It's a hickory, and I'm just going to place a couple little dabs in there. And then I'm going to take the barbecue sauce and just pour it all in there. Okay. And then I'm going to get ready to stir this up, put the top on it, let this slow cook for about an hour or so. Game day, well, the Super Bowl starts in about 45 minutes from now. I'm going to get most of these prepared, and then I'll probably still be cooking as the game goes, okay? So let's get the top on, and then we'll get started on the asparagus. Okay, now that I have my asparagus clean, I actually went ahead and left the bottom rubber band on the asparagus just so for those that really don't know how to cook asparagus or where to chop the ends off. I know when I first started eating them a couple years ago, I was always cutting the top off, which is the part you want. Okay, so I went ahead and cleaned them thoroughly, and I'm just going to go ahead and chop the bottom part off, throw them away, and then start wrapping them, okay? So let's get started. Now you can cut as much or as little off as you want. You actually most likely want it to come to the rubber band. I'm going to take that off now, and now that I have them cut, I'm going to go ahead and re-rinse them and get them wrapped. So we'll be back, and I'm going to actually use two different types of bacon. I'm going to use turkey bacon for myself, but I'm also going to make a couple of the asparagus wrapped in regular thick cut pork bacon for those that prefer pork bacon over turkey. But if you leave it up to me, I'm just going to eat the turkey bacon. But I do want to make sure that everyone is satisfied, okay? All right, so we're going to get started, and then we're going to have these dipped in honey, and I'm going to put them in the Big Boss instead of the oven or using the grill, because I kind of want these to get done before anyone comes over, okay? So let's get started. So now that our asparagus is clean, I'm going to go ahead with the Genio turkey bacon that has been cured and get started with wrapping. I usually take about 4, depending on how thick the asparagus are. These are kind of small, so I'm going to use 4 pieces and just use 1 strip of bacon, okay? So this is what I do to get these wrapped, okay? So I just pretty much just lay the bacon down. I get the ends and I start from one end, and then I just gently just start wrapping, okay? I get this part, and then I basically just go around. And depending on the bacon that you use, you may need more than 1. It looks like with this one I will be using 2 slices, so just give me one moment just to get another slice out. Okay, and so with this one, what I'm going to do is just like so again. Since it stopped there, I'm going to just take this piece from where it stopped, wrap it over, and then just take the long piece and then just start wrapping it around, okay? Now, whatever technique that you want to wrap them in, it's fine. There's no certain way. You know, you guys are always welcome to tweak these recipes. And so now these look a little thicker, so I'll take 3 small ones and 1 big one. And then I'll go ahead again. Now I'll show you guys a different way. I'll start from this end, okay? So I'll just take the ends, wrap it around like so. And then I'll take this end and then just consist of wrapping it around the whole piece, the whole set of asparagus. And that one only needs 1. So I'm going to show you guys a couple more of these, and then we're going to get these put into the Big Boss, dipped in honey. And then I'm going to get my first sauce for the hot wings ready, get my grease on and get the potato balls on the stove as well, okay? So here's another form of wrapping. I just go underneath it and then just go on top like this. Like I said, it's up to you how you want to wrap them. It's no, no major ways. There's no wrong way of doing it. So I think I'll do about 4 or 5 this way, and then I will do the regular pork bacon last, because I want to make sure that when I do that, I get all that pork off my hand, okay? So we're going to start with those. Now I'm going to get some honey, and I'm just going to go on top and just lightly put a little bit of honey on the asparagus. All right, now we're going to get ready to put these into the Big Boss and get the rest of them rolled up, and then we'll be back once it's time to get our sauce made for our hot wings and get our grease started for our potato balls. Now that all the asparagus are rolled and put into the Big Boss, I'm going to go ahead and place the top on there and then get started with our other appetizers. The Big Boss is a real good machine that I love to use. It basically takes all the grease out, and it fries everything the same way as if you did it on the stove. I'm just going to set the temperature to about 350, put it on about 40 minutes, and then just let them do their thing, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and get started with our sauce. Okay, so if you notice, I've taken one medium-sized pot, and I've placed the Red Devil hot sauce inside this pot. I'm going to actually add a little butter and put it on low. I already have my grease in the skillet that I'm going to fry my chicken wings, and I'm going to also fry the potato balls in that same skillet, okay? And so now we're going to go ahead and get started and just put the butter inside the hot sauce and let this simmer on low for about a good 20-30 minutes, or until some of the chicken wings start getting done. Now that I have my grease on and getting warm for the potato balls, I went ahead and added my butter to the hot sauce, and what I'm going to do is just stir this up. I'm not going to add any seasoning at all to this. I'm just going to stir this up and let that butter and the seasoning from the hot sauce blend together. And then what I'll do is, once the chicken wings are crispy, I'm going to just throw them inside here, and then that will be one set of party wings that will be ready to be plated up and put in a container, okay? So we're going to let that sit on a low heat, and now we're going to just wait for this grease to get a little warmer, and then once it starts to pop, we'll be ready to fry. Now that my grease is hot, and I've placed one small potato ball inside the grease to see if it was going to start frying, and of course you can see it sizzling, so I'm going to just go ahead with my hand and add the rest of the potato balls to the fire. You definitely don't want to put too many balls in here, just like frying chicken or just anything you fry. You never want to put too many because it'll slow the grease down. So we're going to let this fry up a little more. And while they're frying, I'm going to go ahead and check on the asparagus. And like I said, the sausages in the crock pot, they're okay. They're going to just sit there and just stay warm until everyone comes over, okay? So let's go ahead now and just start checking these potato balls, seeing if they need to be turned or flipped yet. Let's see here. And I'm only doing about 6 of these, like I stated. If you guys want to know how these were prepared, easy instructions. I have a video, Cuban potato balls, that I actually made with meat. These are just made with shredded cheese and pepper jack cheese in the middle. So we're gonna actually see how they come out. It's my first time making them, and so we're gonna be doing this together, seeing how they turn out, okay? And let's see, if you notice that my sauce it's not really simmering yet, which is fine. Like I said, I just want all those seasons from the butter and the hot sauce to blend together. And once they actually, once it's all one color, that's when I'm going to turn it up a little bit, and then I'll start frying the chicken wings, okay? So I'm going to let these fry on each side for about 2 to 3 minutes a piece, depending on how dark you like them and how crispy. I like mine to be super crispy. So we're going to let them cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, and then we're going to take them out, drain them, get them plated, and then we'll start with the next appetizer. Alright, so it's been about 2 to 3 minutes since I flipped the potato balls, and you can tell that they are a nice brown complexion, and the texture, they may need to fry a little bit more. And if they actually start to get cold before anyone wants them, I can always put them back in the big balls to re-warm them up, and it won't lose the crunch, okay? So I'm going to go ahead now and take these out, let them sit and drain, and then get started on the chicken. And like I said, if you guys would like to leave me comments at the bottom on some of your guys' favorite appetizers that you've had, something that you guys may want to try or see me cook, or we can actually maybe go live one day and get all the recipes ahead of time and just cook together. You guys leave those comments and let me know what you guys think, okay? Okay, so the potato balls are sitting here. They're actually being drained. If you can tell, all that grease is actually coming out. So we're going to let them sit a little longer. And now we're going to get started with the chicken wings. So now that I have my first batch of chicken wings inside the grease, the next thing that I am going to do is just let these fry and get crispy. I don't have any grease, I don't have any flour or any seasoning on these, okay? I'm just frying them regular. Once I take them out, I'm gonna dip them in that hot sauce that I'm making right here, and then that'll flavor them with enough seasoning. Now the second batch I'm gonna do would be the lemon pepper, and that would be the only seasoning that I put on top of them, okay? So I'm just gonna turn the grease up a little bit more, let these fry up, and then we'll be back when it's time to actually place them inside the sauce. Okay, so now that I have my first batch of chicken wings in the grease, and if you can tell that they are already fried and crispy the way I want them. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just take them out, drain them, and then I'm gonna put them directly into this mix that I made with the Louisiana hot sauce, the Red Devil. I said Louisiana because it puts me in the same mind of it, the flavor, okay? So I'm just gonna add them directly in there, okay? And I'm gonna do about 2 batches like this with just regular mild hot wing sauce. And then I'll go ahead with the lemon pepper. Alright, so now that I have all of these inside, the next step, I'm just going to go ahead and let those marinate a little bit, and then I'm going to get started with the next batch of lemon pepper. So we'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have my second batch of wings in the grease, I'm going to go ahead now and just start mixing these around, getting this sauce on there. If you can tell, this is kind of a thick sauce. And it puts you in mind of any good hot wing sauce that you'll get from any restaurant. Long ones. I don't really do the, what's the name of that one place? Wingstop, yeah. Those chicken wings are just look like they made of helium. So if you can notice, these are little bitty wings, you know. So I'm gonna let those marinate for about 5 minutes in that mix, and then we're gonna go ahead and get them plated up. And now with the other chicken wings, I'm just gonna go ahead and just make sure that none of them are on top of each other, that everyone has enough grease on top, and that they fry crispy within a good 5 to 6 minutes, okay? So we'll be back.